You're off this week.
It is
Yeah,
Monday, September 26th, 2022, and I would like to bring the meeting of the Board of Health to order. First on the agenda, we have transfer station. What a coincidence. So we have the tonnage, of course, and looking very good, by the way. Any questions on the tonnage? No?
It is looking good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a 13 before. Maybe you're weighing lead up there?
Hard to say, I mean, we never know from, week to week.
Those school coats and the land.
How about, we've been getting some real, quite a few bulky items. It seems like it's more so now than it was before.
People are cleaning up. I mean, the thing is, you don't know, is it their stuff or are they helping somebody else?
Right,
Now,
right.
I ask them, is that your stuff on? They always say yes. I'm, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I know, 'cause some people are bringing a lot of stuff right now because they're moving. Well, they're selling the house, so they're cleaning stuff out, so.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of stuff coming in.
Yeah. We'll be facing, not too long from now, we'll be facing the snow,
Yeah.
Yes.
the weather, which is always a great thing. I'm not looking forward to it personally, but I think we're prepared for that, aren't we?
I think we'll be okay. We've got the new blower, so that should make a difference.
Mm.
Well, the one we got last year, so.
A new snow blower.
Yeah.
Then we also have the, is that the small one you're talking about? The
Yes.
The snow thrower?
Snow thrower, yeah.
Okay, yep.
I have a gas card for you too.
Okay.
It's one for all of you.
Oh, all right, good.
Dick, do you have anything to add to that?
Just on the tin, I noticed that in July, we didn't have a shipment of tin, and I was going back.
Hmm,
The
in July, you say?
the collection of the deposit cans
Yeah.
is going at a rate of about $1,000 per week,
Really?
no, not per week. About $4,000 in 6 months.
Wow.
That's what the nonprofits are doing right now,
Wow.
roughly.
That's not bad.
It's nice for their pockets.
Yes.
Not bad, but there's still some people, they got returnable cans, you can throw them in there, they throw them in the regular cans. So.
Oh, they're not returnable?
No, they're returnable, but they don't put them, they're not stored. You might have cans in that aren't returnable, and they have some that are returnable.
Well, that's what I
They're just-
mean.
They're just throwing them in the can thing, they're
Yeah.
not putting them.
Yeah. That is way down from where it was, but it's still there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing. You look in there and you see all these cans, which you obviously deposit, just
Yeah.
thrown
Why would they
away.
do that? I mean, why would they not put it in
It's
the,
easier.
yeah.
really? That, I mean, is it that much easier?
They're too busy. Where you going? I don't know, but I have to get there. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
just
mean,
like,
if you have a bunch of cans that have no deposit and a bunch of cans with a deposit, just
yeah.
Yeah.
one throw instead of,
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense to me, though. I mean, to know that we're actually helping out the youth in town,
yeah.
and the organizations in town, you would think that that would be motivation enough to make people, okay, spend an extra minute, whatever.
Well, there is some return out of it, so that's.
That is good. I mean, and that's, I tell you, we owe that to you, Dick, because you set that up. You did a great job. You really did.
Yeah. There are 4 groups that are active right now,
Oh, really?
and they're gonna be active right through the winter.
Really?
They've already talked and they wanna keep doing it. They do a week at a time,
Yeah. That's great.
and in 6 months, each one of them is getting about $1,000.
Good. Okay. That's where my cans and bottles go. Oh, yeah. I think it's a great thing.
Sometimes when we go down there, we can see the cans, like the can level is high.
Yeah.
You can see them, oh, we'll grab what we can and throw them.
Sure.
You know, just,
Right. Okay. Let's see, waistband. Who can,
Oh, waistband.
yes. I think that's your department, Dick.
Yeah, if you look at what the state wants us to put up for a sign,
Yeah, I was looking at that,
it's
yeah.
called recommended, which I'm glad they didn't say do this, because I find it confusing.
Mm-hmm,
They've mixed things that you shouldn't throw away with things that are recyclable in this list, and they just put them in there.
what good is that? That tells us nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, like lead, batteries, glass containers,
Hmm,
mattresses, metal, they just put it all in one big thing and said, here. put
sort
this
it out.
So, what we came up with,
Yeah,
so I can really get through it, are these signs, and
mm-hmm,
they're going on the door of the compactors. So there were 4 of these signs,
mm-hmm,
and it clearly says what's allowed and
Sure.
what isn't.
sure,
And then there's one large sign on the way in,
mm-hmm.
which will take these, which they don't see in here,
What?
one for the entrance sign. But there was another sign. But it takes these items that are banned and says don't do these, like lead batteries,
Right.
like things like that.
Right, right.
So we're
So
trying to
what-
get them coming and going.
What good is this attachment if it doesn't specify what, this thing
Well,
here?
that was the problem I had with it.
So how did you,
This and said, this is confusing.
Well, I have to find out for sure if we don't have to
Well, it
post.
says recommended. To me, you say recommended, and I'm gonna say, I don't like it.
Because this has to be posted at the front
Yeah, as you go
and,
up,
yep,
the chain link fence in front of you going
Yeah,
up, in big enough print that you don't have to stop and read it. And
right.
with few enough words that you'll be able to read it.
Mhm.
And there's another confusing one here called cathode ray tubes.
hmm,
Do you two know what they are?
Used to be
Three?
TVs.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm suspecting most of the younger audience doesn't know what a cathode ray tube is.
Mm-hmm,
So I just turned it to TV.
sure.
And if they
Sure.
have a question about it, they see these guys in it.
But it's, like it says up top here, it says Massachusetts State Regulation 310 CMR 19.017 prohibits the disposal of or transfer for disposal of the following materials. But then you say, and they just give you a list of things, but they don't specify what is recyclable.
Exactly. So we sorted it out.
Yeah.
What I would like permission to do is go make the signs.
Hmm.
And by permission, I mean the money.
Yeah, we should be able to,
And last year, we voted $500 we never spent on signs.
okay.
So I'm guessing that that's about what it's going to cost here. I know that for 4 of these is $200,
Okay.
but we got other ones to put up too.
Mm-hmm. So what are you looking at total, probably?
I'd like to have no more than $500. And I'd like to make that as a motion.
Okay. Well,
We don't have a quorum.
We have a problem.
oh, we don't have a quorum.
We have a problem. He's not sitting here.
Oh, gee, I know.
But you already voted on that, to spend that.
Can you carry it forward?
That could be, yeah. We could probably do is have an emergency meeting this week for, very quickly.
Can we call him? Can you do it that way?
Could possibly.
No, I mean, can he vote on the phone?
Oh,
Let me just see if he's coming.
Probably not.
no,
Because
it
you
would have
can't
to be a
Yeah.
group, yeah.
It's your fault.
That's right.
He should be up on the screen, sitting right there.
I know he's a busy guy. I didn't even realize he wasn't even here. Honest to God, I just, got into the
Right.
not thinking. We didn't have a quorum.
Well, I was dumb enough to make a motion when I knew we didn't have a quorum. Dave, we need you.
I can't help you this time.
No. We also have a woman who's raised her hands, who may be joining us if she completes an application.
We have quite a few there.
Now we're getting more applications.
Yeah, we're getting application after application now, all of a sudden.
Really?
Yeah.
This is good news.
Yes.
It is good
That's
news.
good
I
news.
mean, you know, we were scrounging for people and, you know, of course, the summer is a busy time. People really
Yeah,
don't
I
want
don't
to get
think
tied
I'll-
down in the summer. So it's hard.
Anything else on the transfer station?
Not for the transfer station. No. We have the, next on the agenda, we have the food establishment rules and regulations.
Mhm.
So we can't really vote on anything, but we can
Discuss.
present, we can present the items that we have here. So, as far as the food establishment rules and regulations, we had Dan and Danielle that worked on, are you familiar with that, Dick?
Yeah, I've met them both.
Yeah, but I mean, you're familiar with the food regulations, the rules and regulations? They're putting together
To what detail?
oh, well, they're putting together, actually,
I read this.
if you don't mind, Kristen, you can explain it probably better than I can.
So Dan pretty much gave us the most up-to-date food regulations, and he created this whole thing.
Right.
And then we all met, the 5 towns, or 8 towns that work, well, most of us met, that work with Dan and Danielle, that they work with us, and went over everything. And they put together a binder for each town, which is in there, I didn't bring it in, but it's of all the regulations, and there's a lot of things that we need to create regulations for here, and we don't really have
Right.
regulations. So we're all trying to figure out how we're gonna go about doing that. Some people say you have to have a public meeting, some people say you just put it in the newspaper, some people, I don't know.
I would say that
So
you
we're
should
gonna have to-
memorize it, and we can just ask you.
Oh, that's good.
Can sing it.
Yeah, I can sing it. I'll make it into a song. But it's very thorough and it's very good.
Yeah.
So that all the towns in this area will all be on the same
The
page.
same,
Right.
yeah, the same.
Right.
Yep.
regulations.
As far as applications, everything, the inspections. He goes food trucks to ice cream trucks to
Yeah.
one-day, food
Permits.
permits, to the actual food establishment permits, to soft-serve ice cream machines, things that we have,
But we're starting to deal with it more
we're starting
and
to deal
more.
with now because
Right, you have to.
we have to,
Yeah.
and we didn't know.
Not only that, because people are, the town is growing,
Yes.
more business coming into the town,
Yeah, That's
more
what I meant by
things.
have to.
Yeah. So that's created that situation, but we're very fortunate to have them helping us because they're pretty smart with the
Yeah.
rules, the
Yeah, I mean,
regs.
grease traps and
Yeah.
he got into everything. It's excellent. But something we're gonna have to like really look at because maybe there's some things here that might be too stringent for us. Like we don't
Mhm.
have to
Well,
take.
One that was highlighted here was residential kitchens.
Yeah.
I would question, is the term cottage foods
What is it?
something that is easily understood?
Cottage foods?
Cottage,
Cottage.
or it's like house foods. I mean, it's in here as serving only cottage foods. And I'm saying, I don't know what a cottage food is.
Yeah.
Do you know what cottage food is?
So I don't work in food regulations, but I have done a little bit of this stint as an auxiliary food inspector for Rhode Island, and to my knowledge, there has been some challenges with people doing like their own canning or doing their own
Yes.
cheeses or milks and that sort of thing.
That they
Baking
do,
cookies,
yeah.
Yeah.
Cookies are
selling.
okay.
Yeah?
Cookies are okay.
Yeah, so it really, it's particularly fraught when you get into things like canning and any dairy products. Baked goods, it's not quite as bad, but,
Second page.
you know, a lot of, sometimes people will say, I'm interested in, you know, raw milk, or, you know, let me try canning, you know, this and that, and, you know, botulism is a serious concern. So, I think if that is what is meant by the
Yeah,
cottage.
it's
and-
actually, there's a definition right here, on
Right.
page 2.
Yes, page 2, yes, the second, definitions.
Well, let me catch up here.
Okay, yes.
That is like jams, jellies, and other non-time temperature control procedures.
Okay.
So,
It was a very good meeting, like.
It was very good,
All
yeah.
the towns got together and had some input and discussed it.
so we're gonna have to like really look at this.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to get more familiar with this,
Mhm.
because,
And some of those options, these are the options, like this is regulations,
Yep, we need,
we need to have this in place.
like who's, you know, like internal grease traps, like it gets like who's in charge of what in a restaurant as far as maintenance, or sometimes it's the owner, sometimes it's the manager, the owner of the building, sometimes it's the owner of the business that's in the building.
right,
So this explains everything
right.
very well.
I would think that it would have to do with agreements, contracts, as far as like a grease trap, a restaurant.
Like the internal grease trap, the person that holds the permit is in charge of that. But like this pumping it outside or cleaning it outside is.
You mean connecting the grease trap?
No, cleaning.
No, I
Oh.
mean, you say before, you know, in other words, the installation of the grease trap?
No.
Okay,
The maintenance of it,
okay.
yep,
And then, like then,
yep.
the documentation.
Yeah, so it was a good tool for
Right.
us.
It is really, yeah. Well, see, plumbing code also, yeah, well, it directs more at the connection of the grease trap,
Right.
the piping and everything else, but,
This one's like more inspections and
Yeah.
documentation of like pumping and
Uh-huh.
everything, and
although plumbers do clean out the grease traps. I know, I've done it before. Not a good thing, but,
so they're gonna make some corrections to it, right? Because there were some discussions in here.
There was some
so-
discussions, yeah, but
Yes.
then again, it's up to each town as to what they want, you know, how strict they want to be or what they want to
right,
enforce.
yeah.
Is there anything in here about the exhaust vents and cleaning them?
I don't know if it's in
I don't know
here.
about the cleaning part.
Because I know of at least 2 instances of fires that have happened because they weren't cleaned.
Mhm.
That can
One
happen.
Total loss on a building.
If it's part of the regulations, when they do their inspections, they check it.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But they check the tag that when it was last cleaned or
You can
whatever.
write down and ask Daniel when he comes. Is there any regulations or how can this be, right?
What?
How, you know, maybe we can ask them like how this can be monitored, like people. Is there a way they can monitor and see?
Well, they have, I mean, the hood, the whole hood system,
They
it's
have
a
to-
system. It has an
Yes.
Ansel system that reacts to a fire or something like
Mhm.
that. It also, if it's gas, which it most likely is gas-fed, then, you know, it shuts down the gas.
Mhm.
That's the whole hood system. But I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
Because the
or-
building inspector goes in too and does his inspections. So
Right.
Okay.
I don't
And
know
that
who's in
That should
charge.
be covered by the building
It may be
inspector.
covered by building or fire, I don't.
it was a good question.
I think they're all, yeah,
It is a good
I'm not
question, yeah.
specifically sure, but it gets covered, for sure. So the book's in there if you ever wanna
It's like a huge.
read it. One,
Like I say, you should probably memorize it, and then we can just ask you.
I should. I actually, you know what? Come to think of it, guess whose job it is?
Yeah, I
You
know.
should take that home,
I
it's
know.
good reading for you.
I know.
So we're gonna spend a lot more time on this?
We need, yeah,
We'll
we
go
should,
back to this, yeah.
because we're gonna have to,
We will have to, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
get more familiar with it, at least if we
I
go
mean, Dan will
through.
come talk to us, and he can speak
Yeah.
right off.
I think that would
Yeah.
be useful.
Yeah, and not everything pertains to us in this, but, you know, things that are important to the town, we should be familiar with, for sure. Okay, well, I guess we're all set here. Kristen, you must have stolen my agenda.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, bills and warrants. Do we have, what do we have here for bills and warrants?
Lots
We
here.
don't. Oh, yeah, we do. Take a look at that.
Corey is not gonna be able to make it.
No. Okay. Well, we can just, like I say, if we can have a very quick meeting to they have to be okay, because I signed them.
Yeah, you've already seen all these.
Yeah, approved already.
Nothing jumps out at me, it looks fine.
No, yeah, yeah. Okay, we have health agent. Few things going on, mainly with with Dan and Danielle. Like I say, they've been doing a lot of work for us. She went on an inspection, did she not? Recently?
He did.
He did.
She did not go on inspection yet, because she hasn't gotten a
Oh.
call back from the people.
Oh,
She's waiting.
okay.
Um,
What's that about now? Do you remember?
That was a complaint about, like,
Somebody?
hoarding,
Oh, hoarding?
living in filth.
Okay. Did she mention the status of that, you know, the house up on Northwest Main?
The person that bought it, because it was sold, no, you mean West Street?
West Street, I'm
Yep,
sorry,
yep.
West Street.
Person that bought it, has bought it and sold it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so he's been in there working, and I
Okay.
let Ken know, and so
Okay.
that's, I
Okay.
guess.
So he bought it and sold it?
He bought it, and it's not officially, yeah, and sold it. It's not in the books yet that he sold it, but he did.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think he subdivided a little bit.
Oh, he did?
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay,
So
well, there's
that's
nothing, that was the,
That's it for that.
that was the one that the house was condemned on West Street. And there
So is it
was
being rehabbed or torn down?
nothing.
I don't know.
Right now, nobody, it's not habitable, so,
It's in
But we don't know
use.
structurally, though. Ken hasn't been in there yet.
oh, he hasn't, okay. So the
Mm.
building inspector hasn't been in there yet. So.
Well, he wasn't as of a few days ago.
That's pretty much, what's the story on, the, restaurant down here in the center of town, not,
Picket fence?
Picket Fence? Is she,
I think she's open a few days a week.
that's all,
I believe so, yeah.
yeah.
So it's still running.
Yeah. And that's about it for health agent. Public health nurse, of course, our wonderful.
So we had a vaccination clinic in mid-September at the elementary school,
Mhm.
and that was through the state. The state offers the list of the vendors, and we can request the state. The clinic, they have to approve us, and then we are being contacted by the vendor. So the vendor came, did the clinic, and it was advertised everywhere. Like, I contacted all the departments, like town departments, and also the senior center, and all the parents were notified by the emails from the superintendent, and only 13 people showed up for the clinic.
Hmm.
10 doses were like boosters, and we already had a new booster, like the updated one.
Mhm.
So we waited for that. So there were like 10 boosters and only 3 second doses, no first doses. So they are not coming back for the second
Right.
clinic.
Right.
We did it, we advertised it, people knew about it.
Do you feel that, in most cases, people feel like, you know, if they had COVID or if they do catch COVID, that, you know, they're not, it seems like the fear isn't there anymore.
You know, and another thing I feel like people see is, you know, the rate of catching the virus, it's, you know, it's almost as high as for those who were not vaccinated and those who had vaccine. Like, you are not
Yeah.
really protected.
Yeah.
You know, we know that we're being told that the symptoms are not as severe, but
Right.
and I think, you know, many people were hoping for like higher protection, and since they
Mhm.
didn't see that, maybe
Yeah.
they hesitate. Hard to
Mhm.
tell, but,
Mhm.
you know, the vaccine was approved for small kids, so we expected at least some parents with
Mhm.
the younger children to come, and
Sure.
like not even one
Mm.
child, so, but, you know, people had that chance, had the opportunity,
Yeah,
was
we-
provided to them, and,
That's
you know,
right. You
they
put
had to
it-
make their own decisions.
You put it out there, right.
Yes, so that was at
That's-
the clinic, and
Yeah.
this coming Saturday is Oktoberfest, and Kristen and I, we are planning to have a stand at the festival, and
Mhm.
we're gonna have a booth with the tables. We have ordered many different booklets and brochures for people. We have like tote bags to give away. We have a hand sanitizer to give away for people. People like free stuff.
They
But
love
we're
free
gonna
stuff.
put like some information. So we're planning to do 2 kinds of bags. One for seniors,
Uh-huh.
like materials more applicable for seniors, like safety. Also there were like emergency preparedness, and for the families with kids, like, you know, about drugs
Sure.
use, about, you know, how to protect your kids.
Mhm.
And also I talked to Matt today, and he offered to give us like some tests, free tests, COVID tests. So we're gonna also give away
Oh, good,
COVID tests.
good.
He's gonna give us what?
COVID tests, like tests
Oh,
for
COVID
testing,
tests.
yes.
Yeah.
So we also will be giving the tests
Oh, that's
for
good.
those who would like to get some. So, and, you know, like in the previous years, many people came and talked to us, and like, you know, to have those free
You-
stuff.
Do you have a feel for why people who have not had the COVID shot are not getting it?
I'm sorry, what was the?
I mean,
Yeah.
why aren't they getting it? Aren't they, I mean, I heard afraid a minute ago, fear factor's down or something. Well, why aren't people who haven't had the COVID shot, the first, getting one?
Why aren't they
Maybe.
getting a shot? Or why aren't they getting COVID?
Why are they not getting the shot?
Because
They haven't gotten COVID.
some people maybe have already contracted the virus, and they probably feel like they're immune.
And, you know, we have to know some people, they were saying no from the beginning. And
Mm,
they
yeah.
have not changed their mind, you know.
Yeah.
They were against it from the beginning, so.
Not everybody
this is-
believes in it, so,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you
There
know.
was an extended family meeting this weekend, and I had to avoid 3 people because there were 3 of them, 1 LL, 2 under 10,
Mhm.
who haven't had shots.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There is still a large group of people who
Yeah.
would
You
refuse.
just-
I think that there's a wide range of
Mhm.
reasons
Mm.
why people don't, you know, and why people do, for that matter, so.
Well, that's true too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So it's crazy world we live in right now.
It used to be you couldn't go to school if you didn't have shots.
That's true. Years ago, yeah. Of course, we had back then, there was polio, which was,
That was there too, and the shots took care of it, didn't it?
it did. Yeah, finally wiped it out. But it also, the spread, you know, is, once it spreads and it has its limitations, it meets the limitations, then it just kind of, you know, collapses itself, you know, kills itself out, in other words. A lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people that say, you know, I don't fear getting it, because if I do get it, it'll just make me immune to it. Nobody really knows, though. I don't know if anybody really knows. How do you feel about that? I'm not the expert, so.
So, you know, and what I know, like from what I hear at the conferences and meetings,
Yeah.
at first we were told that 90 days after after you got sick, for 90 days you're immune. But
Mhm.
now they see cases when people get sick
Oh, really?
earlier
Yeah.
than those 90 days.
I guess there's so many different
Get it again, yeah.
possibilities that
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to pinpoint it.
Yes, no, like I feel like we are still learning about this virus. It's so much,
Yeah,
and it's
I think
mutating
you're
and
right.
changing. So,
I think you're right. Okay, any other comments?
You're gonna give shots at the booth that you have?
No.
No.
would you like to take one?
I
I can arrange one for you.
No.
But there will be a flu clinic, the 28th, tomorrow or Wednesday, I have to see, at the senior center. So if someone would like to take a flu shot.
Oh,
there's
the
a
flu shot?
Yes, flu
Oh.
clinic at the senior center.
Oh,
I
good.
can give you the information.
Now, is this, getting the flu shot now, is it too early?
No, it's not.
No,
It's a
because
good
I
time.
hear that, you know, if you wait a while, like into December, you're more protected
No.
as
you know
the
what?
year goes.
I've heard it's gonna be an early season this year.
Is it really? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
no masks. It's gonna get easier,
Okay.
Before we're wearing a mask, so.
I mean, I've had the flu before, and phew,
Yeah.
that will knock you out.
I just have to see.
Corey is not gonna make it.
Yeah,
He said he sent me an email, but it's still in his draft. He never sent it.
Oh, you never sent it?
He wrote it, didn't send it.
So it's gonna be Wednesday, September 28th, 10 to 1 o'clock at the senior center.
Wednesday?
10 to 1?
Yes, this coming Wednesday, 10 to 1.
10 to 1.
Yes, at the senior center.
I'll try to make that.
So,
Okay, well, can't really vote on anything. I guess we'll just have to go with, anybody have anything to discuss at this point? No? We can't close the meeting. We can't,
I guess we're gonna be here for a month or so.
yeah, we'll just have to get comfortable. That's a good idea.
Mattresses, are you going on the call?
Oh, that's right, mattresses.
Does Rhode Island have the waistband where
You
you
don't mind sticking around for 3 or
have to
4
recycle
days, do you?
mattresses and,
You know, I'm not sure. I used to, you had to pay extra to dispose of it.
mhm.
I'm not sure beyond that.
Mm.
you didn't sign up, did you, for the, okay, I'm gonna be on it on Thursday.
Dick, did you hear anything about mattresses?
I haven't read anything.
Nothing?
No.
You still getting a lot of mattresses?
Oh, yeah, we're getting them. I mean, they come in, sometimes one week you might only get 2, another week you'll get 10.
Wow,
Hard to say.
that many. So something is to be done.
Like I say, I don't understand, like, I've always, when I buy a mattress, I deal with the company I'm buying it from, and okay, it cost me $50, $100 to get rid of it, okay, pay them, goodbye. That's the way it should be, to me.
Yeah, but a lot of people, what it is, it's gonna cost them $50 to get rid of it, they can get rid of it here for $10. I mean,
Well, people can buy them at BJ's and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know, they buy
Yeah.
them at.
Online, some people buy them online.
Yeah.
But see, I see what you're saying, but you have to handle it.
well,
You have to carry it, lug it around. They come in, they put the new, they take the old one out, put the new one in,
Yeah.
and you never touch it.
no, I didn't know what you're saying. They
Yeah.
don't wanna pay the cost to get rid of it.
Right.
But you know, like it's too many mattresses by the roads, on the side of the road, that's why.
Yeah.
And I understand that too, and that's why we have tire day and everything else, and
Mhm.
I get that, but it's,
Mattress day.
Mattress day.
mattress day. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, well,
That'd be a dry day.
not likely to keep a mattress lying around the house waiting for a
No.
mattress day.
No.
Tires,
Yeah, tires you
Mattress.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish that they'd stop dropping the tires off in my front yard.
oh, well, that's different.
Yeah,
That was the sign Dick put out there, drop your tires here.
yeah.
But mattresses, I mean, you can't leave them outside, if they get wet.
No, you can't.
Some do, let me tell you something, they
Yeah,
weigh a
maybe.
ton, we have to help them, not
Yeah.
supposed to, we help them to get rid of it.
Yeah, you shouldn't even be doing that.
Well, under the new regulations, you can't, we can't take them if they're wet, or dirty,
November.
or,
Come November, I don't know what's gonna happen then.
but,
We had one guy come in, he had, what, 6 mattresses and 4 box springs. You gonna tell me those were all his?
Hmm.
He says they were, I don't know, what you gonna do?
Well, it's an issue, it's definitely an issue that we have to deal with, so one way or another. Now, I don't know if the regulation, or is it a regulation? I don't even know if it's a mass
November
regulation. Is it?
1st.
Yep.
It is a regulation, so
November 1st, that's,
I don't
That's
know
it.
if the
1 month.
regulation, I don't know if the regulation requires that the town handle mattresses.
To direct it for someone, right? If you
Or direct them to somewhere.
Or other town.
Well, we could direct them.
There's nowhere to direct them to.
What about Sutton? What do you know?
My front yard.
yeah, well, we can refer them to a hauler, can't we? And it doesn't, at least one of our haulers take mattresses?
One of our haulers. I don't know. I know BP would take them, but it's
I thought
maybe,
Berkowitz did.
I have no idea.
Now, as of,
I mean, they're gonna have run into it too.
They're gonna pay more, Berkowitz.
yeah,
I think, I could be wrong, I think Berkowitz might charge 25.
It's gonna be
each.
more than that. It's gonna be at least
Well, gotta
upwards
be,
of
yeah,
40 each.
come November.
Yeah.
well, if it's the mattress and the box spring, each one is.
Because if we can send them to Blackstone. Irene, our
Yeah.
trash woman, said that we could throw them on top of one of the containers that go to Blackstone. Like one of the open top containers or something.
No, you can't, because
Yeah, but how are we gonna,
what goes to Blackstone is the green ones with the roofs on them.
right,
None of the
The
open
ones with
tops.
the open tops go to BP.
Well, she said we could throw them in, or just piggyback them onto one of the containers that go to Blackstone.
They'd have to strap them down, because they have to go
Well, I
over
know,
the roof.
that's not that's
It's not
not a
gonna work.
solution. So the other solution is people can bring them to Blackstone, but they're gonna pay $40 for a non-resident sticker for the year and $40 per mattress and box spring.
And they have to find the place.
And it's not easy to
I
find.
followed him there one day, and
yeah,
I don't think I could go back there again.
yeah, you kind of come off 122A or something, and you
Yeah.
go down
And
into
then you
the,
go down residential streets and turn right
Mhm.
here and turn left there, and
So,
I don't know.
it's gonna be a situation.
We have to decide that soon, because
well, I'm
November's
going on
coming
a
this.
call on Thursday. Because I think there's a lot of us that don't know what we're gonna do.
What about Webster? If we think about transfer station, what?
I'm not sure.
Maybe
I think
it's-
they do,
well, yeah, they have a transfer
yeah.
station.
I thought we were gonna be getting another, a while back, I thought we were gonna get another container just for box springs and mattresses.
Yeah,
That was a
but
thought.
again, we'd have to get a cover
Yeah, they can't get wet.
container.
And then how do you stack them? Who's stacking them?
yeah.
Probably be us.
Now, how did they do it in Spencer, where
In
they,
Spencer, the people stack them.
yeah, but I mean,
I don't know how they're doing it.
Yeah,
Well, they can't throw it on top because it's not covered.
right. I don't know.
And I think you have to make sure that they're not soiled before they go in there, so you'd have to,
Well, some of these that come in, I'll tell you, I
This is
don't know,
a
they got them in the barn, or they got them in a shed, or I don't know.
then they're gonna, then they can't be recycled.
Can we ask Kristen to talk with the 3 haulers in town and see if they take mattresses?
No, we can just say, Kristen, why don't you?
Have the people drive to the haulers?
No, if they will come to an appointed place, my house,
I don't know if they.
and take the
do that.
mattress.
Your house,
Well, somebody's house.
not my house.
No, but somebody-
I'm gonna say they're
whoever wants
probably
to
not
do it.
gonna do that.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it unless you have a contract with them. And even then, you can't just leave a mattress out because it can't get soiled or wet or,
So you say three haulers, is that what
we
you?
have 3,
You need a container like the one
Residential
we have on the
haulers.
TVs.
like, you know, that.
Oh, I thought he was saying we had 3 haulers that go up.
Oh,
there.
no.
There are 3 trash haulers
Yeah,
that live
right.
licensed in town. And I thought I heard you say that Berkowitz would pick them up.
No, I didn't say that.
Misunderstood.
Well, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just
Let
say
me go on the call.
we don't accept them? You
And,
have to take them to Berkowitz or somebody else.
well, that's my question to Kristen. Can she contact them and see if they will take them?
Well, I'm gonna go on the call on Thursday.
And under what conditions will they take them? Meaning, do they have to, getting rid of a mattress, have to take it someplace?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have to be your
Or
responsibility.
do
to
they
do
come
that.
to me
I doubt it.
and pick it up? At a cost, of course.
Yeah,
But my concern is if the cost gets too much,
Yeah.
the Department of Public Works is gonna be busy.
Mm.
Maybe the fire department.
yeah, I mean, the purpose of the whole thing is like you say, you're concerned about them just disposing of it any old place, somewhere out in the boonies. And then, we've got another situation, so.
Yes. It's likely they will be wet and dirty at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're
Which
already
is-
dirty at this point.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation,
Mm.
really is. We've gotta get some answers on that.
So can we talk with the 3
Yeah,
trash
absolutely,
haulers and
absolutely.
find out?
They probably have some more information on the whole disposal.
hope
of it.
so.
Yeah, I would hope so, right. They're in the business.
If they'll pick them up, and if so, under what conditions and for how much?
Yeah. I'll put you in charge of that. I'm only
Hi.
kidding. I'm only kidding.
If they have a small container, like I was saying, like the one with the TVs,
Yes,
we can drop that off there.
but you can't have it sloping back, you'd have to have it, because it would get wet in the rain.
Well, yeah, a little wet, you gotta do. Level it off.
They said no wet.
Hmm.
Maybe there's a door. Is there a door on that? Are you
Yeah.
shut?
Well, there's a roof on it too.
Yeah.
But it also slopes back.
Oh.
Yeah,
I see
there,
what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta find a home for it.
This is
Hey, we have a month, what's the big deal?
Talk about dumping it on your lap.
Right?
We've been talking about it for 6 months or more,
I know.
and we still don't have
No,
a solution.
nobody has an answer.
Well, I guess,
What happens if we continue the way we are? Just throw them in the overflow.
we might,
Gary's
I
gonna
don't know,
charge,
would DEP take 'em? I don't know.
Gary would charge us.
yeah.
Probably $100,
Sure.
because he's gonna have to pay to get rid of them.
That's right. And then they're gonna have to handle
Probably
them.
$50
And
a
by then,
piece.
they'll be wet and dirty.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna have to handle them.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be good,
But
if we
he's
do it that
beside
way.
himself with it too, because he's running into a big issue.
of course, of course. Actually, his problem is a bigger problem,
Yeah.
because he's gotta deal with all the communities. It's,
So let me go on the call on Thursday, and I can talk to Gary, I'll talk to the other people.
Okay.
And talk to Irene.
Other towns are doing, you know, what solutions.
Uxbridge, I've been asking them what they're doing, they don't know yet
I
either.
suspect Irene's in a box too.
Yeah, 'cause she
She's
can't.
being told to do it, and she doesn't know how,
Hmm.
and we aren't helping her because we don't know
Irene
how.
is from Blackstone, right?
No, Irene is from the state.
state DEP.
Where's she located?
She has this whole region,
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I
okay,
was gonna say on the telephone.
yeah.
yeah, okay. I mean, it's nice to have answers before you develop a system. I mean, how can you just, it's just the way everything's going these days. It's like they dump it in your lap and say, okay, run with it. I don't know. Well, anyway,
Blackstone says they would take them. We'd have to get a container, like I said, for the one for the TV.
yeah,
I don't know if BP has one that, like that, because that's not from BP, the red one's from, the other company.
Yep, yeah, East Coast.
And then we could
Yeah.
have them haul it to.
right. It would have to be the separate
We're gonna have to pay- we're gonna
container
have to pay
with the
for the-
hood and the,
Yeah,
just like the red one.
Right, like the red one, I mean, we can stand up mattresses in there.
Don't overlook the small detail. It's called loading the box that you
Yeah,
got.
well, in the box.
And the loading the box, we don't want you guys doing it.
I
That's
understand
right.
that, but
That's
you
right.
want, if you want it loaded right, we can just say, well, just throw them in there, somebody just go, oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I do-
They gotta
one
be
way or
stood up.
another, we're gonna be
They gotta be
handling
stood
it,
up.
you know? One way or another, they're gonna be handling them.
Yes, well,
You know it and I
they
know
can,
it.
they can supervise.
Yeah. They do to a certain extent, but
Yeah.
then sometimes, if it's a woman that takes it
Yeah,
up.
Little old
and-
lady comes in with a
What
mattress,
Bill
not doing that
said,
by
his people will
herself.
not touch them because you could have bed bugs, you
Oh,
could
I
have.
know, I wouldn't touch them.
There's a lot of stuff you're.
I wouldn't touch them.
Oh, I will make love somewhere.
I just look at them from 10 feet away, that's about it.
Or often some gown.
Yeah.
PPE.
Well, we can't really do much of anything
No.
right now, so we're gonna close it,
Yep.
close the meeting. It was nice meeting with you folks tonight.
Yes.